This is Jonathan Agar for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Eddie Hearn here at Taylor Cameron Fight Week. This is Wednesday. It's such a good turnout. You don't always get such big media turnout.
No, and listen, one, the media, two, the public as well. We've taken this outside of Dublin. It's quite a long way down here, but just the whole host of activity this week on a historic event, an iconic night. You know, I'm so proud of Katie Taylor for this. Is normally something you'd do the other way around. You know, with all her achievements, really you should be in Dublin for the debut or for the first world title fight, but she's here in the absolute prime of her career, most important fight of her career, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be an unbelievable night, great undercard and a brilliant main event.
Taylor's quite a big favourite with the bookies. Does that surprise you?
She is, but in boxing she's not. You know, like amongst the boxing circles, it's a pick and fight, but she's in her hometown, right? She's very, very good. Chantelle's never boxed at this level before, but she's very good, she's very strong. But like as Katie says, I'm strong too. You know, I can do all these things. And Katie will have a game plan, but let's be honest, how much will she stick to that game plan when she hears the madness of Saturday night?
I remember speaking to you after Taylor Serrano, and you said as much as it was a great fight, you don't love seeing Katie in wars like that, but do you think she's going to deliver another war like that on Saturday?
Yeah, unquestionably, because she can't help herself. Yeah, she can box and she can do this and do that, but she wants to get, you know, when she hears things like Chantelle's really strong, she's the type of person Katie is, goes, I'm strong. Chantelle likes to go to war. Well, I like to go to war. Like, she's so stubborn. She's such a competitor, and that's why you always get great fights from her, because she can box, she can move, she can go in and out. She's got great speed, but she wants to stand and trade.
Is this the toughest fight of her career on paper?
Unquestionably. Serrano's a great fighter. Pursuma's a great fighter. You know, Chantelle's bigger, she's fresher. I think she punches just as hard as them. I think technically she's very good as well. I think it's the toughest fight of her career.
I know when fighters get to mid-30s, everyone starts to say, is this the last one and things? Could it be?
No, no. I mean, look, if it was up to Katie, she'd have 5 years more, right? But you want her to end her career in her prime, but I think she's in her prime. Sometimes when you take a fight that isn't as big, you underperform a little bit, but then she steps up and fights Serrano. I think it was one of her best performances of her career, and I think she'll give another great performance on Saturday.
Serrano going to be there, Rings?
No.
Just wanted to move on to some comments I'm sure you would have seen from Shane McGuigan talking about the Ellie Scotney being on the card, and he suggested that you didn't sort of get too involved. Is there anything you'd like to respond?
I was completely involved. I had to deal with all the shit. I was surprised by his comment. You know, he said that he got dragged into it. He was the reason it all happened. You know, right or wrong, that was what it was about. And you know, I was honest with everyone. I kept everybody in the loop. It was after the first press conference when I announced the fight that Chantelle Cameron's team said, I'm not having him around. That, you know, I'm not. It's the most important fight of my career, etc. And I spoke to Ellie and I said, Ellie, I think you should speak to Chantelle, and I think you should have an honest conversation, fighter to fighter. And they did that, and it went well. And we thought we could move some hotels and stuff like that. And then they just come back and said, no, it's too important to us, this fight. We don't want to do it. So Ellie was really disappointed. She said, well, I'm going to say something. I said, I think you should, yeah, no problem, make a statement. Chantelle made a statement, Shane made a statement, I didn't make a statement, but I spoke to every media outlet and told them exactly what happened. And that's how I do things. I don't just write things on a note online and then post it on social media and don't talk about it. I speak to all you guys every day, and then I just tell you what happened, and that's what happened. It's really not that complicated. People overthinking this situation. And you know, Shane said that, oh, as if Chantelle would have pulled out. Mate, I'm not prepared to play a bluff game down the straight when we're spending so much money and there's an event like this on the line. What we did was, we moved quickly. 3 weeks after the date, we delivered Ellie Scotney a world title fight in her hometown. There's a co-main event now on a big card. We've done a great job. It was a shame, but it is what it is. People don't like each other. It's just another day in boxing.
Moving on to AJ, have you made any offers to Dillian White?
No offers to Dillian White yet, and we've received no offers yet from Saudi. As you know, that's probably another question. And you know, ultimately, that's the fight we want to make. It is likely that we'll fight in August as well, but ongoing conversations.
We got the diva, the undefeated, Terry Kelly, WBA Intercontinental Champion.
So moving on to your old mate Carl Froch, made some comments saying that Anthony Joshua's got no real legacy. Did you see those comments and what do you make of it?
Yeah, I didn't like Carl's comment. Listen, I love Carl Froch. He's one of my favourite people out there. He's a bit mad, but we should be really respecting what AJ's done. Like, AJ may not have the Hall of Fame fights of Carl Froch, but the impact that he's had on the sport globally and in our country and to the next generation surpasses what Carl achieved in that respect. Two unbelievable fighters. We should be supporting each other, you know. But Carl's, you know, he's very outspoken. But yeah, we like the Wilder fight. Everyone's confident in that fight. We know how dangerous it is, and I believe AJ wins that fight.
And Fury said that he reckons that AJ knocks Wilder out. What do you make of that? Is he is he looking for a fight?
Hopefully. I mean, I think he's right, but we'll see.
And then just a couple more. Billy Joe Saunders. Any update? Is he going to be with Matchroom for his next fight? Billy Joe Saunders.
I'd like him to be, you know. I'd like him to be, you know. He sent me a nice message to say, which I really liked, which was, I'm going to get myself into shape and then we'll talk. Whereas normally it's like, I'm not getting into shape unless you tell me what's out there. And a lot of fighters have that where they say, I can't get motivated for a date because I don't have a date. And it's like, no, it's your job, mate. Train. You know, if I ain't got a show, don't mean I don't go to work. You know, you build up to those moments, and Billy seems in a good place, and I hope we get a chance to work with him again.
Three very quick ones. Canelo Bivol, any deal reached for the rematch?
No, still talking, but nothing to report yet. Obviously 175 is the target. Saw the WBC comments. We'll have to wait to see what happens over the next week or so.
Finally, you caused a stir on Twitter saying that Andy Cruz, you'd put him in with Keyshawn Davis. He says you're bluffing, or someone said you, or Shakur may have said that, I can't remember who, but is that real?
Yeah, we have to do extraordinary things with Andy Cruz to make him the star that I know he can be. Right, he's from Cuba. The boxing world knows this kid is a superstar, so we have to be outspoken. I mean, look, Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn Davis 4-0 in the amateurs. In my opinion, he beats Keyshawn Davis now. So that's the kind of statement that we want to make. But I like Keyshawn, he's a tremendous fighter. He didn't like it, but yeah, he did. And you know, well, he was never signed to us, but he boxed on some of our shows. And he's a great fighter. I just believe I have the best 135-pounder in the world in Andy Cruz, and I'm willing to bet on it. So if he wants to fight, we'll speak to Top Rank, and I have no problem making him that offer. He won't take the fight. He would take the fight, but do you honestly think that his advisors and his training team would fight Andy Cruz? No, they wouldn't. But
training with Boots, isn't he?
Yeah, there'll be an announcement on a training team soon, but both great fighters. We think we got the best one.
Eddie Hearn, appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.